Tonight, new data from Elon University about how people feel about the current political landscape and the war in Iran. Madison Schlegel looked into the polling. Madison, what did you find?
Well, Dana, in an Elon University, North Carolina opinion poll of the people who participated, 51% say they oppose the war in Iran. The data coming out as President Trump addressed the nation about the conflict. The poll asked if people support or oppose the United States deploying a large number of troops in Iran. More than half of people who responded, 62%, say they oppose the idea. The data also shows 52% of people think the president's military actions have gone too far. Poll director and Elon professor Dr. Jason Husser says it was common to see a majority of Democrats voting that way, but he said what surprised him is how Republicans answered the question.
20% of Republicans have now moved to say that President Trump's military actions have gone too far. That's important electorally in North Carolina. President Trump wins by a larger margin in 2024 than he had in prior cycles. However, his margin is not so big that he can afford to alienate 20% of his Republican base, not to mention the larger group of independents out there.
Dr. Husser says the limited information in Wednesday's presidential address about the war in Iran adds to the uncertainty expressed by people who participated in the poll.
The president is trying to assuage many people who are saying, well, we voted for you thinking that you would not get us into another long, protracted war, by saying that this is not going to be a protracted war, and to try to ease investors and the markets, which we're seeing responding not necessarily the way the president had hoped today.
That same sentiment echoed by 13 News Now political analyst Leslie Coggle.
There is this kind of middle contingent of people, but in terms of foreign interventions, what are the potential repercussions for my reelection campaign to the House, which is coming up shortly? And I mentioned Republicans. There are some hawkish Democrats who are in the same position.
Now, according to the Elon University poll, last month the disapproval rating for President Trump in North Carolina rose to 55%. That's 10% higher than the same time last year. Madison Schlegel, 13 News Now.
All right, thanks so much for breaking that down, Madison. The Elon University poll also asked North Carolinians their opinion about Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. 46% say they disapprove of the work he's done.